Hi, my name is Greg Gallipo, and I am the CEO and Chief Architect of RePoint Technologies. Today I'm here to talk to you about our iSharePoint implementation. This is a follow-up to our iSharePoint series. The iSharePoint series shows how to create a custom business portal with personalizable elements for the end user utilizing SharePoint. I highly encourage you to watch the previous webcast to understand what we are trying to accomplish here. I hope you will find it valuable in showing how you can enhance SharePoint to be a personalizable portal for your end users. My last webcast showed the personalizable web part adding techniques. This webcast shows the messaging system. The messaging system allows the communications group to put out messages, or it could be news, it's just a labeling terminology, and let the end user interact with those messages or news so they can easily find things later and know what they've already read. So before we start, let's do an overview of the solution. What you're looking at is our home page. And per our last webcast, you can easily add web parts to the page. These web parts are personalizable to the end user, so whatever an end user adds, only that end user sees on their page at the time. It's pulling information that is specific for them. Right now you're looking at a site that was branded for another one of our clients, so we have designers on staff and we highly customize look and feel of the site. We did drop our logo on. I know it doesn't match the color scheme, but it was just to get our logo in the demo. The web parts on the page can be moved around, they can be resized, all kinds of great things going on here. And please view our last webcast to see what we did to accomplish those goals. But now, let's take a look at our messaging system. The messaging system all starts with a back-end SharePoint list that the content managers can manage. They come back here and they add a new message. So they come in here, they give it a headline, test, they can pick a category, pick flags that could be set on it. These are all things that we work with the clients and define requirements of what they want to show. But the key is they have to have a headline and an abstract. This is the simple abstract of what is in the message. And they have a message URL. This message URL can be an external website. It can be an internal news article as you read it to your organization. And they put a post date, the day they want to show. They could put an expiration if they want. They can even target audiences. Once they've built out the message system, so this is the back end that you're building messages. The end user sees this. Now what you're looking at is a simple SharePoint list. It is using the out-of-the-box SharePoint list view web part. So just like any time you build a SharePoint list and you drop the web part on. But the out-of-the-box SharePoint list view web part does not have any personalization techniques. It just has the text and links and different fields that everyone sees. What we've done is added two personalization aspects to this. The first one is just a little symbol to tell the user whether they've read a message or not. Very simple. As soon as the user opens the message, the symbol goes away. This is a very nice feature. Our users have really liked this. It is more like how inboxes and email or even cell phones work to tell you what you've already seen. Because sometimes users don't know if they read something or not already. The other thing that is personalizable to a user is a bookmarking system. It allows users to bookmark things that they want to read later. Now both of these techniques are utilizing an out-of-the-box user information list behind the scene. Whether you have SharePoint Enterprise version or whether you have SharePoint regular SharePoint version, there is a user information list. You can always see it by going here, My Settings. And what we are doing is actually storing the IDs in a comma delimited format of what you've bookmarked and what you've read. So we're just storing IDs behind the scene. This is done for a couple reasons. One, we want to keep that small. Over time, that's going to grow. So by just storing a single number, it allows us to store a lot of information without having to put text or pointers back to any messages. And then what we do here is when this page loads up, we actually run JavaScript over the page that queries back there and decides what image to put in this column. So it finds one, if the ID for this row is in that list, it bookmarks that message. If it's read or not, if the message has been read or not, determines whether that dot shows by looking at the ID. So very simple concept, but it's very powerful, because now that I've bookmarked something, I have lots of things I can do. Let's go back to our home page. As you can see, now my items are in the bookmark list. As I click on them, I can still read them and get really easy access to things that I wanted to bookmark, and I can remove them from my bookmarks just like from removing them right here. In addition, this is a really good time to show you our mega drop-down system. It's a really neat drop-down menu that we've built. It works with the out-of-the-box SharePoint menu when the out-of-the-box SharePoint menu is at a single level, and we do mega drop-downs. But our mega drop-down system is different from a lot of others because not only do we allow you to add static content, HTML that you want to write, this is just a little placeholder now, you can put whatever image or whatever you want, but we also dynamically pull content like recent messages or stories and the things you've already bookmarked. So you have really easy access to things from multiple levels. You can get them through your mega drop-down menu, you can get them from your web part, or you can go to the messaging archive and see all the message and filter and sort however you want. So how do we build this mega drop-down system? Once again, it's a simple back-end list. Oops, wrong place. And we call it top menu for now. It can be whatever at any client. And the title of the item in there has to match the title up here. And now the content managers can easily change the picture, change whatever the wording they want. The way we do dynamic content is by simple div tagging. So we tag this div with ID menu messages, we tag this div with ID menu bookmarks, and then behind the scenes we write JavaScript that looks for those and then calls CSOM, which is a SharePoint client-side object model, to query our particular list in question. So we've made it really easy for people to find stuff in a very eye-pleasing user interface. Everything's running asynchronously. You can even watch it as the page loads, and if you're really quick to the messages, they will continue loading up, but you could have been reading the page at that time. So I hope you can see the advantages we produce by utilizing the underlying SharePoint framework for messaging, but enhancing it to make messaging more like a personal inbox for the end users. We are not going to share code in these webcasts. The point is to show you what can be done with SharePoint in the implementations by RePoint Technologies. If you'd like this solution for your organization, please contact RePoint Technologies at admin@repointtech.com. Here's our information, our website, our contact information. There will be one more video in this series. The last webcast is going to show our unique quick link system. It's one of the most popular parts of the system from what we're told by our end users. And I think we did some great things there, and I highly encourage you to watch that webcast also.